Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron, and just in the interest of transparency, I started to record this game already, just not even 10 minutes ago, before I realized, before we could even get out of the first inning, that Phil is at third base. So that reminds me, I was going to actually go check. So apparently Chief is hurt, and I had no idea. So let's see what's going on with him. Well, apparently he's got a bruise for the next 5 days. Not a huge deal. We can deal with that, but Phil is not our backup third baseman. Either for his bat or his fielding. He's a middle infielder. So, how do we want to... Maybe we just keep Sweeney batting third. He's hit a few home runs this year. He's hit 3. We'll just go with it. We'll just roll with that for the next 5 days. So now, let's get this game started for real. That's Mommy. Alright, figure my girls are still not understanding to not barge in when something's being recorded. So now we're going to start this game for real. If it's okay with Mommy, just stay out. Oh my goodness, it's really throwing me off my rhythm, which was already thrown off. So this is the final game of this series. Both games have been one-run games, though they've been much different. The first day was 1-0. Yesterday was 7-6 in 10 innings. We have managed to win both of them, but obviously yesterday was a little bit different kind of game. I do believe that's Drew Lowen on the mound. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I guess we'll find out for sure when he gets up to bat. I feel like there was something else to note. Oh, yes, the standings. So right now, the Mets and Phillies are tied atop the NL East, both at 65 and 61. As Kester grounds out to third. It was a close play. I actually thought first I thought the ball was foul, and secondly I thought he'd beaten it out. It looks like he was out by a half step, though. Good call. Marvin is going to bat left-handed. He will swing and miss at the first pitch. Hits this one into left field. That will drop down for a base hit. 1-out single will bring Sweeney to the plate as he steps in for the injured Chief. First pitch bounces in. Called strike, and Marvin is thrown out comfortably at second. And then Sweeney subsequently strikes out, so that ends the top of the first. So the Squirrels do get a hit, but go down in order. Perfect S will lead things off for the Mets. The Squirrels, other than Sweeney, have the normal guys in the lineup. Paulie on the mound today. And Perfect S starts off with an 0-2 count. Paulie fires in a fastball that gets a swing and a miss. Of course, his fastball was only 79, but hey, you don't have to throw 100 to be effective. Luis Castillo gets behind 0-2. This pitch sails a bit outside. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down, Vernon Wells to the plate. First pitch is called a strike. That's a swing and a miss on the knuckleball. Makes it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. I don't think anybody even fouled a pitch off in that inning. We go to the top of the second, where Terry will lead things off for the Squirrels.
Number 4, Terry, first baseman.
First pitch, called a strike. This towards the middle. Castillo gets it over to first in time. 1 away. Frank at the plate. Will say I thought Terry'd hit that a little bit harder than he ended up doing. Frank looks at strike 1. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Line drive into center field. That'll be a base hit. Another one out single will bring Tom to the plate. I do hope Frank doesn't get any ideas about second base at the moment. Tom down 0-2. And he will strike out swinging. 2 away, Zach to the plate. First pitch is called a strike. Swing and a miss makes it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Squirrels with another hit, but can't even advance the runner to second. So we are scoreless as we go to the bottom of the second, where Carlos Delgado will lead things off.
Number 21, Carlos Delgado, first baseman.
First pitch to Delgado, down and in. There's a swing and a miss. Catches the outside corner to make it 1-2. Knuckleball gets another swing and a miss. 1 down, and Hel Pagan to the plate. He will watch this fastball stay up and out. Knuckleball bounces in. It's 2-0. There's a called strike. Swing and a miss makes it 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down, Jay Payton to the plate. And he will watch that knuckleball miss, down and away. Ground ball that Kester will get to. 2 down, no, that is all 3 outs. We are scoreless going into the third. Joey will lead things off for the Squirrels.
Number 20, Joey, shortstop.
First pitch to Joey is called a strike. Swing and a miss will make it 0-2. Into left field, but pulled foul. Popped up, well, but a little deeper than I thought, but Vernon Wells is able to make the play. Thought that might drop in for a hit, but no such luck. Good play by Wells. Pauly to the plate. Looks at strike 1. He is hitting 159, which I feel like is right about his average. Grounds this one to third. It does stay fair. Bittner over to first. 2 away. Oh, we get a replay on this one, though. This one I didn't even think was that close. That'll bring Kester back to the plate. 3 strikeouts for Lowen the first time through the Squirrels' order. Kester was not one of them. He ground out to third, which I do think was closer to a hit than the one we just saw out of Pauly. Though both warranted a replay, apparently. This one's pulled foul into the left field seats there. It's 1-2. Ground ball to first. Delgado steps on the bag, and that will end the top of the third inning. Still scoreless. The Mets will start off with John Buck at the plate.
Number 14, John Buck,
First pitch to Buck is called a strike. Swing and a miss will make it 0-2. Ground ball. Paulie knocks it down and gets it to first himself. One down. Bittner to the plate. First pitch catches the outside corner for strike one. And that one bounces in. I don't even think it hit the dirt. I think that hit the grass. That knuckleball is swung on and missed. It's 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Well, Adam Lowen, wrong first name. Well, you know, all these guys from about 20 years ago. So, things get mixed up. Adam Lowen has a 1-1 count. There's a called strike two. Swing and a miss, strike three. That will end the third inning. Still no score, still no threat of a run, to be real honest. Marvin will come to the plate to open up the fourth inning. Marvin did get a base hit, but then was pretty easily thrown out, stealing second. Fouls the first pitch back. Swings and misses at the second pitch. And that one down and away. Marvin does not chase it. There's a called strike, pretty much right down the middle. Not real sure what he was looking for. Sweeney went down looking in his first at-bat. First pitch a bit high. There's a called strike. Swing and a miss will make it 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Two away. Terry ground out in his first at-bat. He looks at strike one here. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. So we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. There's no score in the game. Perfect S is going to lead things off. And he started off with a strikeout. In fact, almost everybody struck out on this Mets team. Paulie got 7 strikeouts out of 9 that first time through the Mets order. And Perfect S will strike out again to start off this inning. So we'll check in just on the guys who didn't strike out. Off the top of my head, I don't remember who they were. So I do remember he struck out the side to start the first inning, and so far he has done that here in the fourth as well. Vernon Wells going to take his chance to make that statement untrue. And he does, in fact, get some bat on the ball. Joey's going to pick it up and throw to first for the third out of the inning. We go into the fifth, where Frank will lead things off for the Squirrels. We are still scoreless. Frank did get a base hit his first time up. First pitch was inside. Second pitch is fouled back. That one out of the zone. It's 2-1. There's a called strike. Makes it 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. One down. Tom at the plate. Struck out in his first at-bat. And that pitch is down and in. Pops this one up. Buck going back, and he will make the grab. So then Zach to the plate, struck out in his first at-bat. First pitch is called a strike. Pitch goes outside, as does this one. It's 2-1. Swing and a miss will make it 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. A lot of zeros up on the scoreboard. Carlos Delgado will open up things for New York in the bottom half of the inning. First pitch to Delgado is called a strike. Swing and a miss makes it 0-2. And that's a line drive into left, but it stays up for Frank to make the pretty easy catch, all said and done. One away, can't spit the name out. Angel Pagan at the plate, looks at strike 1. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. The pitch is outside. Swing and a miss for strike 3. 2 down, Jay Payton. He ground out, so he was not a strikeout victim. Paulie already up to 10 strikeouts on the day. Payton will look at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that will end the 5th inning. We're still waiting on a run. We're still even waiting for a hope of a run. Joey's going to lead things off for the Squirrels in the 6th inning. Of course, it was supposed to be the 6th inning. I don't think that quite came out right. First pitch to Joey is called a strike. Pitch is down and away. And then a base hit up the middle. Actually, I started to call that before I really knew. I got a little worried Perfect S was going to come up with that, but he did not. So Joey with a leadoff single. Paulie tries to bunt him to second, but it goes foul. Sticks the bat back out there. And that's going to be foul on the other side. 0-2. Looks like Paulie will swing away. But he watches that pitch in the dirt. Now he puts back out for a bunt. And he does get this one down. It's a pretty good one. Bittner to first. It's in time, though close. A successful sacrifice puts a runner into scoring position, I think for the first time today for either team. Kester at the plate. I do believe he is 0 for 2 so far. Fouls that pitch away. He has an 0-2 count. Grounds this one to first. Delgado will step on first and throw to third, but Joey's already there. Marvin, still batting right-handed, has the first run of the game 90 feet away. Fouls the first pitch straight back. And looks at strike 2. Hits this one into left. That'll get down for a base hit, and that will be the first RBI of the game. 1-0 Squirrels. Sweeney at the plate has struck out in both at-bats so far. Runner on first with 2 outs. Looks at strike 1. Hits this one hard, but it will be well foul. 0-2. Hopefully I didn't unplug anything. Base hit into right field. Marvin will stop at second, so runners on first and second for Terry. There are still 2 outs. First pitch is too low. Called strike on the changeup. Terry swings and misses to make it 1-2. Changeup misses, not by much. Oh, that's called strike. I thought that was outside, but it is called strike 3, and that will end the top of the 6th. The Squirrels, though, do get a run. In the bottom of the 6th inning, New York will start off with John Buck. Buck ground out in his first at-bat. He will look at strike 1 here. Swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down, Bittner to the plate. He struck out his first at-bat. After 2 guys ground out, it was right back to the strikeouts for Paulie. Has Bittner at an 0-2 count. And he will swing and miss for the second out of the inning. That'll bring Lowen back to the plate. Who again struck out in his first at bat. Looks at strike one. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Pops this one up. Tom just has to stand up and make the grab. We'll go into the 7th inning. Frank will lead things off for the Squirrels in a 1-0 Squirrels game.
Number 6,
Frank is 1 for 2 on the day. First pitch is down by his feet. Swing and a miss will make it 1-1. Too low makes it 2-1. Popped up. Buck goes back, and he will run out of room. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. One down. Tom has struck out and fouled out so far. Watches that changeup bounce in. Swing and a miss will make it 1-1. And Tom hits this one a long way. Doesn't have enough. Yeah, just over that 390. Well, must not have been right over 396 because of a 390-foot shot. His 13th of the year. And that makes it a 2-0 Squirrels lead. Apparently not exciting enough to get a replay of. Zach at the plate now with bases empty and one out. Looks at strike one. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Looks at strike three. 2 away. Joey is 1 for 2 so far. As he will look at strike one. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Ground ball right over third. Bittner with a bit of a long throw, but he will get it there in time. That brings us to the 7th inning stretch. 2-0 Squirrels. Perfect S will lead off on the other side. Looks like Lowen's going to have to come out of the game. Holly is staying in the game for what I assume are fairly obvious reasons if you've been paying attention to the scoreboard. Perfect S takes a strike and swings and misses for the second strike. Swing and a miss, strike three. He is struck out in all 3 at-bats. Castillo is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. See what he does here. Looks at a ball, just misses inside. Misses inside again. It's 2-0. There's a called strike on the knuckleball. Swing and a miss will make it 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. 2 away, Vernon Wells. 0 for 2, but he did ground out in his last at-bat. Actually put some bat on the ball. This one misses down and in. Bounces that one in. It's a 2-0 count. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss again. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. And that will end the 7th inning. It's a 2-0 Squirrels lead as we move into the 8th, where Pauly will lead things off. And yeah, he will definitely be hitting for himself. The Mets, not surprisingly, have to change pitchers since Lowen was getting his elbow looked at. They will go to McDougal, who I think we've seen in both of the other games in this series.
47, Mike McDougal.
Polly ground out and a sac bunt so far. Watches that one go vaguely by his head. Hits this one, a line drive right to Delgado, one away. Kester 0 for 3, all ground outs. Looks at strike one. Was a bit high. Hits this one up high in the air. Buck is going to take care of that just up the first base line. 2 down. Marvin's going to get to bat left-handed for the first time today. He is 2 for 3 so far in this game. Has a 1-1 count to start this at-bat. Another sinker in the dirt makes it 2-1. Swing and a miss. Makes it 2-2. Line drive. This one gets through the middle of the infield. I actually thought Perfect S would get that one, but it is a one-out base hit. Brings Sweeney to the plate. He is 1 for 3. Got his... Marvin again is going to try to steal second, and again he is thrown out. I do think he was a little bit closer that time, but still, you think he would get the message. So that actually ends the inning. 2-0 Squirrels as we go to the bottom of the 8th, where Carlos Delgado will lead things off. Strikeout and a line out so far for Delgado. First pitch is inside. This one's outside. We've had a lot of 2-0 counts lately. Pauly's come back from all of them so far. Puts that one in there for strike one. Tries it again, and we get a fly ball. Kester makes the play in shallow right field. Angel Pagan then to the plate. Has struck out in both at-bats so far today. Looks at strike one here. That pitch is down and away. Swing and a miss makes it 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down, Jay Payton is 0 for 2. I mean, I guess I don't really need to keep saying that. Looks at strike one. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. And Pauly bounces that one in. Payton does not chase it. Line drive into right field, and that breaks up the perfect game. And the no-hitter, all in one fell swoop. Base hit into right field with 2 outs in the 8th inning. Well, you got to appreciate the effort. Pauly is, he's kind of built to go deep into games. Don't know how that will affect his next start. Might have to miss that, but I think that's for a good cause. It's got John Buck at a 1-2 count. He will swing and miss to end the inning. So we'll go into the 9th. The perfect game no longer in play. Sweeney will lead things off for the Squirrels, who currently lead 2-0. Sweeney still 1 for 3. Marvin ended the inning by getting caught stealing at second again. Hits this one up the middle for a base hit. Sweeney is faster than Marvin. He might just take off here. Terry 0 for 3 on the day. He'll hit a ground ball right to Perfect S. Infield was playing deep, though, and that prevents the double play. They do get the lead runner. So 1 on, 1 out for Frank, who I do believe does have a hit today. Though I missed his little flag thing, so I don't remember for sure where he's at. Flies this one into right. Payton coming in and towards the line makes the catch. 2 away. It'll be up to Tom to keep the inning going. He just homered in his last at-bat. I think he's 1 off the team lead. I'm pretty sure Terry has 14 home runs. Ground ball to second. Castillo will go to first with it, and that'll end the top of the 9th. The Squirrels with a 2-run lead. Bittner to lead off for the Mets. Oh, Tom can finally come out of the game and get whatever rest he can. Shibuya has looked a little shaky. So we'll see he does have a little bit more breathing room. If you remember yesterday, he actually blew the save. We kept him in there for the second inning, and so he actually ended up with the win. I'm not sure he really deserved it, but that's how it worked out. Bittner has struck out in both at-bats so far today. First pitch is called a strike. Swing and a miss will make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Pitcher spot up for the Mets, and they will send Carlos Beltran to the plate. He starts off with strike 1 on the inside. Breaking ball too low. That pitch was low again. It's 2-1. That pitch looked better, and it's going to be ground ball. Joey fields it behind second base. I actually thought it was going to get through, but good glove by Joey, and he has the strong arm to finish the play. Perfect X pops up the first pitch. Martinez makes the grab, and that is your ball game. After the last 2 days, 2-0 feels like a near blowout. Although the Mets only managed the 1 hit, 8 of those innings thrown by Pauly. Shibuya finishes up for save, I think, 56 or 7, something like that. Nakai misses his go-around, so maybe he'll make a special appearance later if the situation warrants. I don't remember where our next games are, so I guess it'll be a surprise for both of us tomorrow. Don't know who, don't know where. Marvin is going to be your player of the game. Thank you everybody for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. And we will see you tomorrow.